On July 6, 2010, law enforcement in Chicago, Illinois received a call for a domestic disturbance at the house of Tiawanda Moore and her boyfriend. Officer Wilson and his partner of the Chicago Police Department responded to the disturbance at the residence. For reasons that are unclear, after arriving at the scene, Officer Wilson entered Moore's bedroom and found her alone. Officer Wilson touched Moore's chest and buttocks with both hands. After, Moore quickly removed Officer Wilson's hands from her. Officer Wilson wrote down his phone number on a piece of paper, set the paper on Moore's bed, and told Moore not to tell anyone that he gave her his number. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are bringing you a cautionary tale of what power will do if it is not regularly put in check. It may be hard to believe that less than 15 years ago, there was a law against recording a police officer in public in the state of Illinois. And yes, they tried to prosecute a woman for recording police after the police groped her. I was shocked to discover this, and then looking deeper into it, it's hard to fathom how a law like this could ever have been passed, let alone enforced and prosecuted. But that is exactly what happened to a woman named Tiawanda Moore over the course of the year of 2010. Now back to what happened. After Officer Wilson groped Miss Moore, she contacted the police department to report the actions of Officer Wilson. Days later, she met with Internal Affairs Sergeant Plotke and Officer Alejo. They discouraged Miss Moore from pursuing any charges by claiming if the case went to court, it would get thrown out, and claiming that it could be handled internally. When Moore indicated she wanted to pursue charges, the officers left her in the interview room by herself to fill out the sworn affidavit. After they left the room, she decided she was going to begin recording the remainder of the interview, as the initial part made her feel uncomfortable. She pulled out her BlackBerry cell phone and began to audio record. When the Internal Affairs detectives re-entered the interview room, one of them noticed that Miss Moore, the victim of a sexual crime at the hands of a police officer, was recording. According to sworn testimony, he calls his interviewing partner out into the hallway and tells him that Miss Moore is audio recording. Knowing their actions would likely be frowned upon by the public, they decided then to place Miss Moore under arrest for 2 counts of felony eavesdropping. This case went to a jury trial, and the jury acquitted very quickly, some members describing it as a waste of time. This case is a bit older, but shocking nonetheless, as the crimes Miss Moore was charged with carried a penalty of up to 15 years in state prison. This case was also extremely instrumental in creating case law in the 7th Judicial District of the United States Courts of Appeals that declared it a First Amendment right to record police in public areas. If you think the worst part of the story is over, think again. The state's attorney fought this in federal court tooth and nail, trying as hard as she could to remove from society anyone who dares to exercise their rights. The state's attorney even appealed to the United States Supreme Court, but the appeal was struck back down to the Court of Appeals, where relief was finally granted for the victims. One has to question the mental status of state's attorneys like this, trying in any way they can to destroy the lives of innocent people. Perhaps the most disturbing part of this whole ordeal is the crime that Miss Moore was charged with and the actual language included in the statute. For example, the law says, with the approval of the state's attorney of the county in which it is to occur, recording or listening with the aid of any device to any conversation where a law enforcement officer or any person acting at the direction of law enforcement is a party to the conversation and has consented to it being intercepted or recorded in the course of an investigation of any offense defined in Article 2090 of this code. In all such cases, an application for an order approving the previous or continuing use of an eavesdropping device must be made within 48 hours of the commencement of each use. This is the very antithesis of freedom of the press. One need only use their imagination to get an idea of how many more cases of police misconduct would go unnoticed by the public at large because the press has to give fair warning to the police 2 whole days before they ever got recorded. It would allow the police to effectively put on a show instead of the raw footage that we enjoy from so many cop watchers and individuals just doing their part. This version of the law was repealed after the case ACLU versus Alvarez in 2012. And it is safe to say that anybody that wrote, signed off on, enforced, or prosecuted this law should be considered a thug of the most legalized variety. It is such a shame that there is still a large portion of people out there that back governmental actions such as these extremely eagerly. But to those people, we just have to keep saying it. Back the blue till it happens to you. If you have a noteworthy interaction with government, you can send me a video or reach out through my Facebook page Hendry or my Gmail account. Links are in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and tell me what you thought in the comments below. You can further support the channel by becoming a channel member. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.